And welcome everybody. Welcome to In the Mouth of the Beast Below. This is our session 0, so we're going to be doing character creation and kind of getting used to what the story is about and everything like that. I'm really excited for this one, and we're going to hop in, but I'll let everybody introduce themselves first, starting with, we usually start with the top left. So that's going to be Mr. Parr. Looks like our cameras got moved around a little bit. I'm going to move everybody back into the right spots. But Mr. Parr, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I got so confused there. I was like, oh, I'm not. Oh, but I am. Hi, I'm Mr. Parr. Well, if you've watched channel before, you've probably seen my face. I am back again, jumping into a new system on a new adventure with a new team here. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Don't know what I'm playing yet, but I'm very excited to see what shakes out in this session 0.
Awesome. Next, we'll hop down to Stace. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, I'm Stace. I can be found around the internet as Stace Windu. I like video games and other games. That's really me.
Awesome. Next, we would normally have Darby. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it here tonight, but we should have him here next week. But at Pixel Justice on Twitter, definitely give him a follow. He does really cool art and is just a fantastic person. And then next, we'll hop down to What is Kiss? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, it's me. What is Kiss, aka Nathan Kiss, aka Nathan King. I am a streamer, educator, content creator, and hoe. You can find me on Twitter under What is Kiss. Sometimes I stream on Twitch, and sometimes you can hear my voice in different podcasts. Today, I'm going to be here with the Into the Mouth and the Below the Beast. I'm excited to be here for that.
Yep.
Nailed it.
That's the one.
I'm sorry. This is the
bootleg
beast
version.
The beast of the below mouth.
Yeah,
is the name.
Below the mouth of the beast. Below the beast.
There's a beast and there's a mouth, and some direction is all we know at this point.
There we
Down
go.
is the direction.
Nah, we can only go up from here. Come on.
Yeah.
It's true.
And then
Started at the bottom.
yeah. Normally we'd be hopping up to Nikki. Nikki should be joining us a little bit later. She is also absolutely fantastic. Definitely give her a follow if you're not doing so already. Just fantastic role player. And then for myself, I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which is my brand for everything that I do. Virtually everything dealing with tabletop, from system design, GMing, streaming, you name it, aside from making dice, and that one has a yet at the end of it. And that's what I do. You can find out more about me and all my various projects at my link tree, which is right there in chat. And then a quick mention of sponsors, which I will throw into chat as well. We've got Grinding Coffee Company. It's fantastic, really good coffee. Thank you so much for that, host. If you use the code RAVEN on their website, grindingcoffee.co, you can get 10% off your order. And then other sponsors are Fundamental RPG and Intrepid. You can find both of those at coffee.com/raven/shop. Fundamental RPG is my gaming system that I've built, and then Intrepid is adventuring gear for IRL. So really cool stuff. Definitely go check those out if you get a chance. And then last but not least, we'll pass it on to Leland. Tell us a little bit about yourself and then take it away.
Hello. I am a sentient human being. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I am Leland / Leopold the Just / Lee. I don't know. I need to pick a name or something. Just stick with it. But yeah, I am a social media consultant / coordinator / roaming tabletop RPG streamer, and also a meme lord, former edge lord. I said former. That's a good one. Anyway, I am super excited to run this. This is not my first time GMing on stream, but the only other time was like a couple weeks ago, and it was a one shot. So I don't I don't know. It was fun.
It was a fantastic one shot, though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Raven was in it. Also, Nikki was in it too. But yeah, that was fun. It was a Christmas themed mall shopping extravaganza with zombies. It was good. Anyway, but yes, this is one of my favorite systems that I've come across in the past couple of years. Zweihander. It combines a lot of elements, things that I like. I played Pathfinder for years, so I've really kind of got my taste for like lots of little fiddly options and stuff. And so Zweihander satiates that without being super complicated during play. So it's kind of like a cool low fantasy itch that scratches. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway, yeah. So this campaign is going to be I forgot the name because you all had such good options. I'm just kidding. It's in the mouth of
below.
Yeah, there we go. It's on the thing somewhere, I'm sure. But yes, in the mouth of the beast below, this is going to be a horror exploration, grim and perilous, low fantasy tabletop RPG collaborative experience. It's got lots of words. I like to make it sound eloquent and a mouthful, just like the title, a mouthful, in the mouthful of the beast below. Yeah, so today we're going to be doing character generation. One of the game's core elements is that characters are randomly generated. However, I want everyone to enjoy playing their characters, so if someone wants to pick from the chart instead, I'll just sort of direct them to that. I'll have everybody sort of follow me along with the player's handbooks. If they don't have the Zweihander player's handbook open, that'd probably be a good time to do it.
Yeah, I just realized, I was like, oh yeah, I should probably open the playbook.
Yeah, the player's handbook. That's all you really need right now is the player's handbook, because I don't think anyone got anything from Mongosh. No Scalds, Blitzballer. Yeah, Blitzballer, by the way, was an option. That would have been cool, like a football player. But yeah, no one got any Mongosh options. So yeah, the Zweihander player's handbook and the Zweihander revised core rulebook should be all that the players need open. In Roll20 here, if you hit the I, little information panel, just like if you're playing D&D on Roll20, there's a compendium. The player's handbook is actually there as well. So it might even be easier just to use that, to be honest. But I would still have the player's handbook open. But yeah, as just to sort of be able to follow along with character generation, we will, let's see, what would be a good place to start here. Everyone has already generated, I'll go ahead and let everyone know that's watching, all the players have already generated their ancestry, which is like the Zweihander equivalent of like a character race. They've already generated an ancestral trait, which is cool. Like a cool thing about Zweihander I like. So not all elves can see under the moon, right? You know, in this game, like, so like you randomly roll to get like the night eyes thing that like elves are known to have or whatever. So that's pretty cool. So just kind of
cool.
Yeah, I really like the variants. So everyone has rolled their traits already, which I believe I privately sent to everyone on Discord. I guess I'll have to open that after. Does everyone have? Did I send that to everyone on Discord, or I think is where I messaged it to everyone?
I know
like
you
traits,
sent
yeah.
it to me,
Yeah,
and
I
I
sent it to
am
Nathan.
frantically trying to find it now because we've had so many conversations since then.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Did I pin it? Let me see if I pinned it.
Sorry to should have been a little more prepared with that.
I did not pin it. Darn. All right, I'll find it.
Yeah, I got mine in our private DM message. So
Okay, yeah. All right, cool. So if someone can't find it, we can always roll another one. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so everyone essentially just rolled like that trait, and they also rolled their profession. So we've got essentially just D&D equivalent of race and class figured out. But yes, that also determines a lot of things about gear and stuff, which we will get back to later. So let's see, with the players handbook, let's go ahead and get down to the next part. It will be page 60, 61 of the PDF. It should be under step 6. Sorry. Roman numerals throw me off still. I'm an adult. I don't know why. But, so step 6, the background. We're gonna start with. Actually, no. We gotta roll stats first. Duh. That's super important. So let me give you the page number for that.
I found my stuff. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead and pin it. All right. Just give me a moment to get to the stats section. So what I'll do while I'm scrolling is we can go around the room, the virtual room, and I will get everyone to sort of say what they have so far of their characters, and then we will pick up from there. And
Perfect.
the order of which I will do that is based on Roll20 and not Twitch, because my internet is barely hanging on here, so I can't really have Twitch open. So I apologize if it's like bouncing around the screen. But yeah, so we will go ahead and go with Raven. Tell us your ancestry, your ancestral trait, and your profession.
Sure. So the ancestry is Grendel. Profession is anarchist. Social class was socialite, and the other thing I had was silent stalker.
Yeah, the socialite's going to determine your starting gear, and it determined which chart I rolled on for your profession. So those are kind of the two things that socialite determined. But yes, you are
Awesome.
a Grendel with silent stalker and an anarchist, which I'm interested.
It's gonna be really, really fun. And remind me again, where do I put the silent stalker on the character sheet?
Okay, that's a good question, isn't it? Okay, so if we go to talents and trappings, you could just add
Here we go.
talent, and then if you
Talents
press
and
the down
trappings.
arrow, it gives you a spot to put the description of the talent.
Oh, here we go. Talents. I see it now.
Yeah, and there should be a little plus sign, and then a black arrow that you press. That's a down arrow. You press that, and that will give you the description to pop up.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then you can also on the first tab. I like to put it in 2 spots. On the first tab, you could put it in trait. There's like a traits list, but you just put the name of it. It's like silent stalker. Underneath your peril threshold and your peril condition track on the first tab. So the other place for it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
This character sheet is actually like super good for the system. It just has a little bit of a density to it. But I will be filling in.
I see the traits now.
Minutia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be filling in all the minutia. But as far as like, since you guys already have your trait descriptions open, you can go ahead and copy and paste that in there if you don't mind, and I will copy and paste the descriptions of all other things that are generated today, so we won't have to worry about that at all.
Awesome.
All right, and so let's see who's next. All right, Stace, go ahead and tell us your character's ancestry, ancestral trait, and profession, if you don't mind.
Okay, my character's ancestry is also a Grendel. But the trait in this case is half beast, which I think means my character is going to be fast. And profession is squire.
Yeah, your character moves a bunch of squares during combat, like whenever we're doing gridded combat and stuff. So you're just doop, 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 dotting all over the place because you got hooves. Anyway, for those curious, Grindel is kind of like a beast person. Zweihander is in some ways based off of the Warhammer universe, and so the a lot of these, like the Grindel would be a beastman or whatever in Warhammer, and they're basically kind of like anywhere between like satyrs and to like minotaur looking type people. Like as far as those of you that are Grindels go, and as far as Grindel like biodiversity goes, I'm down for whatever sort of beast, as long as it's got hooves. Like you can, you know what I mean? Just I'm down for sort of like kind of how people are with like Aarakocra and like D&D or whatever, you know, like just sort of go with whatever bird. If you want to be like a goat, if you want to be a bull, you know, that's fine. I don't care. I want you all to customize the appearance of these things. I don't want it to be kind of stuck in the way the Zweihander book has it laid out, since it is such a Warhammer. It says similar to Warhammer, so we're going to step away from that a little bit.
All right, cool.
Nothing wrong with it. Okay, so all right, Lance, if you can go ahead and Mr. Parr, sorry, whatever you want me to call you on stream, I don't know. Anyway, can you go ahead and tell us your ancestry, ancestral trait, and profession, please? Muted.
I'm muted. Right. Do you want me to read off the entire ancestral trait?
You could just say what it is and then sum it up, or you can read it off. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So my ancestry is ogre. I was going to say orc for a second there. Ancestry is ogre, and my ancestral trait is slam dance. My knave archetype and my profession is fence.
Excellent. So this guy likes to sell illicit goods and then go to metal concerts and with other ogres and then slam dance with them. Got it. That sounds like to me. I'm sure everyone's curious. Could you go ahead and read what slam dance does?
All right, slam dance. By bringing a powerful hammy fist downwards to crush a foe, they also let fly their flintstone-like feet. This generally puts their enemies right where they want them, on the ground, ready for skewering. Effect: whenever you make a successful stunning blow, you force a foe to resist a takedown as well. You must attack with weapons possessing the pummeling or weak quality to utilize this talent.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so a weak weapon would be like something that isn't like explicitly for chopping like heads off, you know. You know what I mean? So something you can like conk someone over the head with. And so essentially what that does is that lets you do 2 stunts in one action. So that's actually really cool, because normally you would just stun them, but you're knocking them on their ass and stunning them at the same time, being an ogre. So that's pretty sweet. But yes, and then let's see, moving on. We'll go over to Nathan whenever you're ready, whenever you're done chewing that delicious food.
All right. What are we starting with? I got a halfling here with the ancestral trait of Craven. That's gonna be fun. And the profession of investigator.
Excellent. Little guy PI. I love it. Yeah, so that's very cool. What does your ancestral trait do? Would you mind reading it?
Craven. Some halflings are almost laughably faint-hearted, ready to bolt at a moment's notice. Cowardice has its place, particularly when a halfling ne'er-do-well wishes to keep their hide intact. Effect: you may flip the results to succeed at combat-based skill test to parry attacks made with melee weapons.
Okay, that's really cool. So you essentially get like this game's equivalent of advantage on parry attempts. So that's really good, actually. Ting! Watch out. I am all right. I'm just really excited about this party. All right, and I'm playing the Dungeon Master. Oh wait, sorry, Game Master. Oh, okay. All right. So what we will do next? All right, scratch that. I had this other idea, but I want to go ahead and just move on. I will consider the ice broken for everyone here. We'll break some ice later, off camera.
That works.
All right, and so all right, so let's go ahead and do our stats real quick. So we've got to do this
Okay.
kind of one person at a time, otherwise it gets real crazy. So we'll go in reverse order that we did last time. So Nathan, if you can go ahead and roll. Give me 1 second. This one. Yeah, so it's 3d10 plus 25. So you want to roll 3d10 plus 25. Let's see how many times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Oh, there's 7 stats in this game. So you want to roll. You want to roll 8 times and pick the highest 7.
All right.
Well, actually, no. Roll 7 times, and then you can re-roll your lowest one at the end. That's actually, I feel like a more organized way to do it. So yeah, just 7 times.
All right.
3d10 plus 25. Sorry.
No worries. First roll, 41. Second roll, 43.
Woo.
Roll number 3, 42. Answered everything. Oh, number 50 for the fourth roll. 38. Boo for number 5. 49. All right. For number 6. 34 for number 7.
All right. So you place these in the large circle on the first tab, skills and attributes, in order.
Just write down.
Yep, just
So-
write down in order. You don't get to actually choose where they go, unfortunately.
Oh, where does the number 8 one go?
All right, the 8th one. All right, so let's actually, your lowest stat was a 34. Let's go ahead and roll another 3d10 plus 25 and replace that 34. again.
41.
Excellent. All right, so we ignore the 34 and replace it with a 41 when we're
My-
putting everything in there.
Fellowship just jumped. Hear that, y'all? I
Which
work
is-
well.
Yeah,
with
which
others.
is
Nice.
yeah, which is good, right? Considering you investigate things, like you might need to talk to people to investigate. Being like a 34 fellowship and being an investigator, you probably don't get much work. But anyway, yeah. So basically, you just throw the stats in straight down. Go ahead and actually, if everyone could go ahead and put their ancestry in at the top if they haven't already done that. Just make sure it's spelled properly, because the game will automatically register it and put in your stat modifiers for you.
Well, that is fantastic.
Because while your stats don't change, so you don't actually like get worse at things based on your ancestry or better at things based on your ancestry. It sort of just changes the modifier.
Gotcha. And
So
that,
like ogres are like 8 feet tall, so obviously they're gonna have like a higher combat brawn and some other shit. I don't know. Anyway,
so that the character sheet within Roll20 just automatically factors that in as long as you put the name in correctly, right?
yep, exactly. So if you type,
That's fantastic.
yeah, exactly. It's pretty cool. So like I've got ogre over here, and it's got my stuff already programmed in, even though this is just an example sheet I'm looking at. So yeah, once we've got that, so we'll go. So yeah, Nathan, you got it. You just throw your stats in, and then we will move on to Lance. Can you go ahead and roll your a 3d10 plus 25 7 times? And you can either copy and paste it in 7 times or press the up directional key, and it'll do your last roll as well.
7 times.
Yep, 7 times.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Is that 7? Let's see, 1, 2.
Okay.
All right, that is 7. All right, excellent. So your lowest one is a 35. So go ahead and roll an 8th time, and that will replace the 35. All right, so a 43. All right, so go ahead and put your stats in the large circles. Combat, brawn, agility, perception, intelligence. You put them in order that you rolled them. It's just kind of nix the 35 at the top and replace it with a 43 at the bottom.
Okay.
So yeah, unfortunately, you don't get to choose your strengths and weaknesses as a person, but you can overcome it through experience. So let's see. Who's next? All right. Stace, if you want to go ahead and do the same. 7 times, and then we'll do the 8th one at the very end.
Surprisingly perceptive.
Good.
10,
Yeah.
41, 43.
All right. So 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I trust your ability to count to 7. I don't know why I'm checking
Shouldn't.
over you.
You really shouldn't.
I shouldn't. Okay, good. You shouldn't trust mine either. Let's be honest.
No, I
Be on
didn't
the
know
same page.
counting was on the table for tonight. I guess I should have
Oh no,
figured.
I didn't know we were going to be doing counting today. Holy shit,
Counting.
I didn't prepare for this.
I'm wearing shoes.
Oh, all right. So basically, let's see. You get your lowest one was your first one rolled. So let's go ahead and get your 8th one rolled and replace that, which is good because you're a squire and no one wants a squire with a shitty combat score. Awesome, a 42 boosted by 10. That's pretty good. Essentially, in this game is a D100 game, and you're trying to roll under these numbers, right? And when you do a specific skill within this, you it is often modified by you throwing skill points in it, and skill points essentially just give you plus 10 to those numbers every time you throw a skill point into something. So it's pretty cool. It's a very simple mechanic. So that's why a 42 is not terrible. It's getting close to the 50% marker and be easy to improve, whereas a 32 is going to be would have been difficult to overcome. But anyway, so there you go.
I feel like
And
you're
so
just trying to make me feel better.
I am, but it's a 42 now, so we don't have to talk. So you are good to go. Just remember, like I told everyone else, put them straight down. No fancy fiddling. All right, and then Raven, last but not least.
All right. So it is 3d10 plus 25, right?
Yep.
All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 total, right?
Yep, 7, and then we identify your lowest one, and then which is what
34.
4. All right, so re-roll that 34.
So it'll be a 43 now.
43. Okay. Yep, and then just place it in order down the line, and once, and then I will go ahead and
that's
move. Go ahead.
Is that going in the circle or the square?
The circle.
character
The
sheet?
square is good. The circle is where your main stat is. The square would be like your modifier, which adjusts things like your initiative and your casting ability and like your movement speed and stuff like that. It's
Gotcha.
doesn't adjust
Really
your ability
agile.
to kick ass. It doesn't adjust to like your ability to kick ass with that skill. It just sort of modifies the other stuff on your character sheet, like your stats and stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. So I don't necessarily think it's worth us going over the numbers on stream, since everyone just essentially saw them get rolled and they can look up a Zweihander sheet if they really wanted to. Okay. Plus, what yours is probably up on. Oh no, we're doing camera mode right now. Sorry. Look up a Zweihander sheet if you want to follow along. And I love you. All right, let's see, where are we at? All right, so we did stats. So what I did is I did like kind of a more the mercy method, which was let you roll an additional one and get rid of your other one. So because I have some mercy and I'm paying for character art for these characters. I think that's where it
Oof.
comes from.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is unfortunate. My lowest stat is the thing that I'm supposed to be good at. So that's this is gonna be
Oh
fun.
no, what is it? Your fellowship?
Fellow, fellowship is 36.
Oh no. All right, that's still not the worst, but you can throw some. We can fix it.
Uh, could I plead to keep the 34 in combat and instead change the fellowship 36 to the 43?
I don't know. I would have to let everyone else do that.
I was to say entirely up to you. Just had to ask.
I think it. I'm confident enough that you could overcome a 36 with like a skill point with your skill points and stuff pretty easily.
Cool.
So I'm gonna say no, just so we don't have to like break away and get everyone else to switch stuff around. I normally never say no. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Don't be mad at me.
I'm not mad at all. No worries at all.
All right, so we did the all that good stuff. We can go ahead and do gear now because that's tied to something we've already rolled.
Okay.
Which we'll do starting gold later. We'll do gear first. Let me learn how to use this book first, actually. Sorry, pardon me for the delay. I'm just trying to get to the old profession chart. Oh, this is rough.
GM faster.
I'm sorry.
I want to be immersed.
Immerse. Immerse yourselves. All right. So was anyone a commoner? Oh yeah, Nikki was, but she's not here currently. Which, if she's not able to show up today, same deal. I'll meet up with her off stream and get all that straightened up. All right. Which, by the way, Nikki is playing a hold on. Yeah, Nikki is playing a halfling peasant with the with I can't remember the name of the trait, but the trait makes her she's like innocent to the world, so she's resistant to corruption. It's pretty awesome. Like she's
That's cool.
And peasants are tough against mental and physical peril, so she's resistant to corruption and tough against peril because she's had a hard life and stuff. She's super excited about the character. I'm pretty excited too because the peasant's actually really good. And you know, it's interesting. Daniel, the designer of the game, said one of their main design philosophies was they actually made the peasant and the laborer first because they wanted to make them fun to play, because they figured if they could make them fun to play, then the rest of the game would be balanced and fun no matter what anyone got.
That's
because
really
you know
smart.
they figured like those might be the ones that people might complain about getting the most, but they made them really good. They were actually both awesome. All right, and so yeah, I really like that design philosophy. It's super cool. All right, so who was a knave? Let's see, you were a knave, right? You're Mr. Who? I don't think any of you were a knave, were you?
Nope,
Maybe
I
not.
wasn't.
All right. Hold on here.
What? Knave?
Socialite. So a couple. I think a bunch of you were socialites, right?
I'm a
I think
socialite.
I'm knave archetype.
You're a knave archetype as a fence.
I mean, you said, yeah, that's what you sent me. It says knave archetype and then profession fence.
Okay. Okay. So you actually might be in the. Okay. So. Yeah. You. Oh. So you're in the Mongosh book. Good. That's good to know. All right. Good to know. So you're actually an expansion profession. So. So we will go with the knave first then, since that is listed in the book first. So if you can actually go to your player's handbook to page 56.
56. Okay.
You will see the knave, and you have starting trappings. Trappings means gear. So you start, I will just go ahead and actually list it just for the audience sake. You start with some pretty cool stuff. You start with anti-venom. You can start with your choice of either dark clothes or tattered rags. You start with 3 doses of folk bane, which I'm not sure what that does, but I'll have to look it up. Actually, I can look it up right now because thanks to Roll20,
I should
And
probably
Zweihander
add this.
being partners, they can look up Folkbane if it'll open. Searching. ... Anyway, Folkbane's a medicine. Oh wait, here we go. Let's see. Sorry, my internet's slow. Only affects humanoids. Oh, it's a toxin. It is not a medicine. It arrests the nervous system of the humanoid ancestries, arresting the limbs and nerves. It can almost instantly debilitate and kill with the right dosage. All right, cool. So you have some poison. A gaff bag. Not 100% sure what a gaff bag is, but we'll look that up too. It's probably like a bag with fake pockets, maybe.
It's like a Braff bag, but it's Zach Gaff instead of Zach Braff. It's for Zach Galifianakis. That's where I was going with that. I'm gonna mute myself now.
No, because I was very close to doing something quite similar. I was trying to come up with a pun as we spoke, but you did it first.
That's fantastic.
So you can
love puns
have yeah, don't mute yourself when the puns flow. Anyway, so you can have either garish attire or secondhand attire. I suppose you can kind of make some of these decisions once you determine what your character's social class is. But like if you end up with lowborn, maybe you would want secondhand attire and tattered clothes or rags or something. But I don't know. It's up to you. Anyway, so you've got a holy symbol, which I imagine is just to be like just to thwart off the religious types if they're coming at you while you're trying to rob their coffers. Lockpicks, you have a mantle, soft shoes, a stiletto, and you get to choose one, either a blackjack, a garrote, or a flintlock pistol with gunpowder and 6 shots.
Get soft shoes and stilettos?
Yeah, I believe the stiletto is the knife. Yeah, different one, but yes.
I didn't even think about that being a knife.
Soft stilettos don't exist, so let's be honest. All right, so yeah, the flintlock pistol is one thing you might, this is these are other things like if your character doesn't have like the ranged skill, which I'll have to look into. Let's see, I can look into that right now. Fence, boom. You have simple ranged and simple melee, so you could actually just use any of those. Any of those weapons are you would have potential to put a skill point in, basically, is what I'm just trying to say. All right. And so let's see, we'll move. No one's a ranger. Socialites. So we have a few socialites, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is the socialite? I think it's just like
so much to choose.
So
actually, is
am...
there a ranger? Investigator.
I have a squire
All right, squire.
or warrior, I guess is the.
Hold on, let me. All right, so socialite.
that's cool.
All right, so the squire, yeah, that's warrior. Anarchist to
okay.
socialite. What's investigator?
Investigator is academic. I got the list of items right here if you need it.
I should have started with you first. Okay, so
Oh, it's all right. I was
yes.
chewing food.
No, it's okay. I definitely should have started with you first because that's how the alphabet works. All right, so yeah, so you have the list of items. You're good to go. I'll go ahead and read them off anyway. So the academic starts with Black Lotus, a bottle of leeches, a coin purse, a dirk, which is a Scottish dagger. Anyway, fine clothing, a holy symbol, loose robes, quicksilver, royal water, shoulder bag. We're getting pantomimes over here. Smelling salts, 3 of them. Wait, that was a 2. I don't even know how to pantomime the number 3. So, soft shoes or leather sandals, your choice. A riding kit, and you can choose a cudgel, a staff, or 3 throwing knives with a spiffy bandolier. Spiffy is not in the book, but I put that there.
Ooh.
just
All
just to throw
bandoliers
it
are
out there.
spiffy.
This is overpowered, I think.
The one time I've played Zweihander, other than this, I played an investigator. Leeches can be used as an improvised weapon. Just throwing that out there. Just an
Yep.
FYI.
Well, you know what they say, leeches get steeches. So
Yeah, that's what they, that's the phrase.
I'm gonna mute myself again.
Yay! And we're actually not very far ahead that we can just jump right back to Nikki and get her to do her stats real quick. So, excellent. And keep me posted in Zoom chat when we're getting close to the half mark, please, if you don't mind, someone.
Yeah,
That's about
we've got
30 minutes from now, right?
About 30 minutes from now, yeah.
Okay. All right. And so, yeah, so basically you've got the academic stuff here, which we will determine like social class and all that stuff soon, which determines your starting goal. Let's see. We will go over to the socialite then. So we have an anarchist and a I think that's just it, right? Anarchist. Is that only
Yeah.
socialite, yeah.
I did jump ahead a little bit, and I've added mine in.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. If you want to add them in, that is perfectly fine. And I will add descriptions in for everything myself. So,
Okay.
So no one else was a socialite, right? Or was there? Or was I mistaken?
What
No, I don't. I think that's You were the
archetype
only one.
is Darby?
Darby is a. Darby might have been the one. Hold on. I opened Twitter earlier, then closed. I was like, why is Twitter open? And I had a reason. I gotta check my messages with Darby. Yes, that's right, because Nikki is playing a halfling peasant, and Darby is playing. Oh yeah, that's right. Darby's badass. A gnomish sellsword with the crag fighter gnome ability. He basically can do like little shifts in and out of combat without provoking attacks of opportunity and stuff, basically.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, attack of opportunity in this game are very simple. Just if you exit engagement, then they can get it unless you do specific things to avoid that. But it's easy to avoid. So anyway, but yeah, so Darby's like a little badass gnomish warrior, like works only for the coin. Works only for the coin. There we go. So let me go back over here. Sorry, this is taking me so long. I do have, with this particular character creation segment, there are a lot of books that I've opened. So socialites, you start with a coin purse, some fancy shoes, fashionable clothing. This is the voice I have to use for this. Foppish hat, a holy symbol, knuckle duster, mandrake root, 3 of them, a mantle, a neck ruff, a shoulder bag, a writing kit, and you can choose 3 throwing knives with a spiffy bandolier, as I will say, a rapier, or a walking cane.
Yeah, so I think she's gonna go with the throwing knives, probably with like a thigh bandolier.
Cool.
So that'll fit underneath. Since I've got fashionable clothing, I'm thinking like a fancy dress. Since she's a socialite.
Excellent. And even though she is like a beast person or whatever, like the society's very blended with all of these ancestries, so it's not uncommon to see a Grendel in a fancy dress.
Well, I was just thinking, she's got hooves and horns. Like that's not terribly unlike a certain type of character from another certain type of
the world's
tabletop
greatest
game.
role-playing game.
She has style, she has grace, she has horns upon her face.
On her face.
I love it.
Triceratops.
Speaking of which, I think I don't know if there's a role for this or not, but if there isn't, I'm thinking her horns are going to be like Nico Bolas from Magic the Gathering, so just like sort of out to the side, it curves around, and then come up to 2 points right up at the very top.
Yeah, I don't think there's any there. I'm not sure. We'll get to it, but you can do whatever you want, even if there is. So, So let's see. We will move on to the warrior, and then once we're done with this gear, Nikki, we will come right back to you, and we will get your stats rolled, basically. And thank you for still showing up anyway. Some people, if they're late to games, they usually just like, I'm just gonna kind of hang out and not sign in. But thank you.
Oh yeah.
I'm
all right,
always
so-
late to everything, so
Yeah.
this is. I'm just glad you guys aren't like angry.
Oh, no,
one's
not at
gonna be
all.
angry with you. That's impossible. That will be barred, disbarred even. I don't know what that means. All right. So warrior starts with a fire-hardened spear, heavy boots.
Sounds sick.
Yeah.
What
It is
what
sick.
what does my Grendel need boots for? They're heavy
Heavy foot
sheath.
wraps. Heavy
That's
hoof
the thing.
sheaths. Heavy foot
Yeah.
wraps. Whatever you want.
Horseshoes? Maybe they're just horseshoes.
Heavy.
I've been trying to figure out how to make like shoes for hooves that are like high heels for creatures with hooves, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But
They
There
have
would to be
those.
A decent amount of ankle
Really?
support.
Yes. Hold on.
oh,
Yeah.
I need to see this.
Links in chat. Anyway, so fire hardened spear, heavy hoof sheaths, lantern, 3 doses of laudanum. Yeah. Anyway.
Medicinal, of course.
Mhm. All right. If you drink too much of it, you get corrupted. That's all I'm saying. Military attire, oil pot. Actually, I think if you drink any laudanum, you get corruption, but I digress. So military attire, an oil pot, a red, so it looks like 1 dose of red cap mushrooms. Those are pretty cool. You drink those and it sends you like into like a battle trip. It's pretty cool. Makes you tougher. A rucksack, a suit of leather armor, which is cool because it's like the only one that starts with armor, I think. Everyone else just has clothing. 3 tinctures, a wooden shield, and you can choose an arbalist crossbow with 9 bolts, and a quiver, or a mortuary sword, or a pike.
I'm always tempted to have both ranged and melee options, but I don't know what a mortuary sword is, but it sounds pretty sick.
Yeah, it's like a mortuary sword. It's like a decorated like ceremonial sword that's used for mortuary rites. Usually, it's like ceremonial, not even really used in combat often. It's
Oh,
not
that's
super
cool.
sharp, but it looks cool. It's like
It does bashing damage.
it's not quite that dull. It's a little cuts a little.
I actually think though we'll go with the arbalest crossbow, which means it's a giant crossbow, right? So
Sweet, and I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Let's make sure that before you make that decision, that the squire has the right skills. I mean, you could still do it without it, but it's just good to kind of look.
oh yeah, I'm all for min-maxing. Let's keep going.
Oh no, you have simple range. I was just making sure you actually would able to use actually able to put a point in the
I
skill
gotcha.
to use the weapon pretty much. Because otherwise you would just be missing all the time. I don't know if that'd be fun for you, like missing 2/3 of the time, unless you have really good luck. But anyway,
lean
so I've
into
got this. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm always just like irritated that you're having to buy more bolts like at the
Yeah.
at the store. Okay, so we will go back to Nikki for stats. Wait, did we do all those? Yeah, we did all the gear for you, right?
Yep.
Stace. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, and then all right, Nikki. We're ready to go ahead and do your stats. If you could roll 3d10 plus 25 and roll 20 and do it 7 times.
You said plus 25.
Yeah, 3d10 plus 25, and we're gonna roll it 7 times, and then at the end we're gonna roll again.
Why did I write 5 instead of 25? Okay.
And then after you roll it, you can press the up key on your arrow key, and it'll let you re-roll the same thing over and
Okay.
over again.
Okay, that's 7.
All right, let's see what your lowest one is a 32. So let's go ahead and roll an 8th one, and that's going to replace your 32. 42. Okay, so go ahead and take your go ahead and get your character sheet,
Okay.
and on the skills and attributes tab, you will see combat, brawn, agility, perception, intelligence, willpower, fellowship. Those are your stats. Put those into your character sheet in the order. Hold on one second, my dog's whining. Never mind. She's just hears me talking and wants to hang out. Okay, so I will just ignore the cuteness in the other room. But yes, you put your stats in the order that they were rolled, with the exception of that 32, which is now a 42.
So the 42 is the first one.
No, it looks like 48 was your first one, and then 42 would be your second one. So you have a 48 in combat and a 42 in brawn, and then so on and so forth.
Okay.
So yeah, they just go in the order that they're rolled, basically. Which, by the way, that's some pretty good stats. 51.
49.
All right, and once you have all 7 stats put in, just let me know.
Wait, I must have skipped something.
You want me to call them out while you put them in, just to make sure?
Yeah, I got 48, 42.
All right, 48, 42, 49, 51, 34.
Okay, that's what I was missing.
43, and 36.
Oh, wait. What did I do?
Yep. The last 3 are 34, 43, and 36. And once you've got that put in, let me know.
Yes, those are put in.
All right, cool. And so if you could scroll up to the very top, you'll see ancestry in between sex and profession. Go ahead and put halfling in ancestry. And as long as it's as long as it's spelled correctly, the sheet will actually automatically program all the halfling stuff in that are relevant to the numbers. So it's pretty sweet. I wish there was a drop down menu, but I guess it's kind of there in case people program.
How do I know what filled it in?
Let me look at your sheet real quick. I will tell you. Yeah, it filled it in. Looks like. Yeah, it looks like it filled it in. It adjusted all of your let me see. Let me just capitalize the H just in case that does anything. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, you have to capitalize. For those of you that put your ancestry in, you do have. It looks like you do have to capitalize it, unfortunately. But anyway, it figured it out, because now you can tell, Nikki, if you look underneath the tiny squares in the bottom right corner near your stats, you can see tiny little numbers in them.
Yeah.
Those are like your modifiers being adjusted based on being a halfling.
Okay.
It doesn't change your stats, so your stats are still the same that you rolled. It's just the modifiers that go into other parts of your character sheet are modified based on I guess, I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
All right, so halfling. So you've got all your stats rolled. So you are a commoner.
So that's social class?
Oh no, we will do social class later. So that's actually your that's actually not, there's not a spot on here for a commoner. Basically, commoner determined which chart we rolled on to be able to tell that you were a peasant.
Okay.
But also, we're gonna go ahead and put your equipment in. If you don't mind, go to the talents and trappings section of your character sheet, or the tab
Okay.
talents and trappings, and you scroll down a little bit. You'll see trappings above coinage.
Yes.
And you can add items in. So what we're going to do, so if you could just add these items in as we sort of call them out, but I'm also going to give you a page number. Do you have your Zweihander Player's Handbook downloaded? If you could open it real quick.
Just give me a minute to say yes.
No problem. I just want to get your gear, so that way you're at the same point as everyone else. And then we'll do like a little 10-minute break.
Wait, that was the wrong link. Sorry, my son just texted me. He's supposed to not be texting right now.
Oh no. All right, let me make sure. Dance party.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I had to.
No, it's not that loud. It's actually kind of like faint in the background. It's pretty fun.
Okay, I'm finding the book to re-download it.
It's all good. I will let you know.
I know it's here.
Yeah, and it's in the pinned post in our Discord channel too. If I could get it there. Let's make sure. Yes, you are a commoner.
Okay, you said it's in the pin messages?
Yeah, pinned message should be Player's Handbook. Should be a download link. But I can call them out to you for now while it's downloading. So just go ahead and get the download started, and then we can.
Okay, yeah, you might have to do that while I try to find this.
It's okay. Can someone grab or did they already use? Is that what the link is?
What you looking for?
The handbook link.
The Player's Handbook link, that download link.
Yeah.
If you could post it in Zoom real quick, because I don't have.
I'm looking at the pins and I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Okay, hold on one second. I've got it. I'll grab it real quick. I must have put it in our Twitter chat.
Oh, that could be where it is.
Yeah, I've got it. I have to scroll up to the top. Oh no, I emailed it to you. That's right.
Okay.
I will grab the link for you and post it in our Zoom chat real quick.
Thank you. Sorry.
No problem. No problem at all. Just gotta find.
See, this is an example of how you could just run it at the last minute and not be prepared and still play.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Let's see. There we go. Oh no, that was. Okay, I starred the message. I need to utilize that.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that, everybody. It's taking me a second to find it. All right, I've got it right here in my Google Drive. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with.
I found the email.
Oh, you found the email? Okay. All right, it should be Player's Handbook should be in there somewhere.
Yes, it's downloading now.
Okay, awesome.
All right, cool.
All right, sorry about that. All right.
Do you want to do the break now while we're waiting for it to download?
I could just call out her trappings real quick, and then we'll do that real quick. So I've got the commoner pulled up. It won't take me, but it'll take me less than 6 minutes to do that real quick.
Okay.
All right. So and I will just pull her character open and put these in. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put your trappings in as I'm calling them out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you've got 3 bandages. 3 bandages, a bottle bomb, grave root, holy symbol. Everybody's got a holy symbol, I guess. All right. Do you want leather sandals or heavy boots?
Leather sandals.
All right. Leather sandals.
That's the right choice.
Yeah, definitely. Good aesthetic. Rucksack. Again, there is room to put like full-on descriptions of all this, and I will do that before next session. So all the character sheets will have anything we would need to look up about an item will be here already programmed into the character sheet before next week. So simple attire.
Oh no.
All right, simple attire. Warm vest. Gotta have a warm vest.
Oh, my sandals.
Gotta keep the mids, just that midsection warm. All right, and so do you want a shepherd sling with sling stones, 9 sling stones, or a splitting maul, or a threshing flail?
Shepherd sling.
Shepherd sling. All right. I like that. And you are a peasant. Good old peasant. Hold on. And the peasant, let me just make sure. I just want to double check that you have, I'm pretty sure the peasant's got range skill. Yeah, here we go. And the peasant, all right, it looks like the peasant only has the ability to have to put ranks and melee skills, but that does not mean. Let me look at your character here, real quick. Yeah, your character has a very high combat, so it honestly probably doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because you have a 48 combat, so even if you can't put skill ranks into ranged weapons until you level up, you still have a pretty good stat to roll against. So I don't think it matters that much. And then when you get a melee weapon down the line, you can throw a skill rank in it. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to stick with the sling, even if you don't have the melee or the range skill, just because, you know, safety. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, we will go ahead and go on break then for about 10 or so minutes.
All right, we will be right back. So don't go anywhere.
Or do. Hey everybody.
And we're back.
We are back. Yeah, we're back. Sorry, I thought that was my cue to do that. So many different things that people do in streams. Sorry.
You're good. OBS took a while to actually switch over, so that's why there was an awkward pause.
All right, got it. Well, we're back either way with more character creation for Zweihander RPG, the upcoming, current, whatever, show In the Mouth of the Beast Below, which is going to be spooky, I hope. Ooh. But anyway, so we are currently generating characters right now. Just to recap, everybody rolled their ancestries and their professions and noted all of their trappings, aka gear, down. So we've got everybody kind of like caught up in that regard. So we're going to begin with the cycle of life. We are going to start with everyone's birth and what time of the year they were born. So let me close some windows. Oh, I gotta get out of the Discord because it's eating my bandwidth. Go away. All right, move that up there. Close Nikki's character. All right, cool. All right, so we will go in reverse order, and okay, we will not because it starts with Nikki and she's not sitting in her seat. So we will go in the other order. All right, so Nathan, can you go ahead and roll me a D100? Actually, everybody can go ahead and roll me a D100 in roll 20. Hey, Nikki's back. And then we can just start with Nathan.
85.
And could you roll a D100, Nikki, in roll 20 whenever you get a second? Came back just in time. We're live, by the way. All right, we'll get to that. All right, so
5.
all right, so Nathan, you looks like you've got autumn. You were born in autumn. So we will scroll down to the dooming of autumn. So go ahead and actually, we will just can you just make note that you were born in autumn on your character sheet at the in the details the background section on the top of your character sheet. Should be underneath corruption and above your difficulty chart rating. Yeah, just make note of what season you were born. You're born in autumn. And then so we will just go down in order. Raven, you were born in winter, or your character was born in winter. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Stace, you were born in autumn as well. Lance, your character is born in summer. And Nikki, your character is born in winter. So we will go in order. We will just do these D100 rolls one at a time just to keep things organized. So we will start again with Nathan. So Nathan, go ahead and roll a D100. We will get your dooming. 46. So you were born in autumn, correct? All right. Holy shit, that is some sick art. Just above the dooming of autumn. Anyway, all right. So 46. All right. Oh, well, that's gnarly. All right, so put in your background dooming and then colon, and then this is your dooming. You will die in a pool of blood, but it will not be yours. You will
Nice.
Die. You will die in a pool of
But what's my character's dooming?
flowers
Why are you
smell
laughing?
real good.
Why are you all laughing?
Good smelling flowers will be the death of you. That's your character's name. But anyway, you will die in a pool of blood, but it will not be yours. Let's see. Let's figure out whose it is one day. That's what we will strive
Somebody's
for.
gonna drown you with someone else's blood. That's
Who knows?
that's
That's some
disturbing.
prophetic shit. Y'all might laugh now, but just wait until all the shit comes true, and then you're gonna be like, "What the?" All right. So, Lance, you were born in which season?
Summer.
Summer. Summer child. Let's see. D100. Can you roll it, please?
All right, I'm next.
Yeah.
30.
All right. So your dooming is you will witness the end, then go into it. You will witness the end and then go into it. Okay,
That is
copy
ominous.
You will witness the end.
Pasting it in roll 20 for
Go
chat
into
for those in chat to see as well.
In
viewers.
the I know they had the sorry. Okay. I was wondering where to put it in the background. I got it. I'm gonna mute myself again.
Yeah, the background is where pretty much a lot of this stuff is gonna go, with the exception of a few things.
And after all these doomings, are you supposed to add embed, or does the chart do it for us?
You can add it in wherever you want, front or the back
Okay.
of the sentence.
Okay.
All right, and so let's see, Stace, where were you born? Autumn? Is that
Yeah.
correct? Okay, I remember summer.
Is that a Valentine's Day baby?
I don't know. Let's see. Stace, roll me a D100.
23.
23. Sorrow will fill your heart at death. Sorrow will fill
Seems
your heart
pretty
at death.
standard.
Yeah, just standard. Just real sad about dying. You know, I had goals and whatnot as a squire. I wanted to become a full-fledged knight one day.
It's
Here I
good
am.
to know that we're all being born into the world, filled with hope for the future.
I love that it starts with dooming. Like it's like it just gets you ready for the theme of the game, right?
What are we,
Right.
Zoomers?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Raven.
it's like, welcome to the world. It's gonna suck.
Oh Lord.
No, this is
Raven.
great, though.
Oh, I know. Raven, what you were when were you
winter.
born? Spring? Winter. Okay. Winter.
100. Uh-oh.
Oh Lordy. Okay. So
Ooh,
do
I
not
like
fly
that.
too close to the stars. Do not fly too close to the stars.
That's actually really good.
That's
That's
very
these are
enigmatic.
cool. I would love to know who wrote these. If it was Daniel, I was gonna high five him. But
If you don't hop in a rocket ship, you won't die. Pretty much. You're immortal on Earth.
Yeah, exactly. Just stay out of any out of place rocket ships that might have landed.
Maybe it's celebrities.
That's true. Who knows? It could be interpreted in whatever way you want.
But what if their only dream was to be on a rocket
Oh, I'm
ship?
muted. That's why. Real quick, thank you, Nerds with Dice, coming in with that party of 8 with a raid. Thank you so much.
Party
not
of
sure why
8?
the alert's not popping up, but thank you so much. Welcome in.
Party of 5. Wasn't that a show? Yeah, a show. Party of 5. Nev Campbell. Anyway, thank you, Constance, for the assist. Anyway, sorry, my partner's over here just doing things weird in the dark behind this curtain. So
I come from a Felicity family. Sorry.
All right. I didn't have cable for a while, so I just watched whatever came on. Anyway, all right, so let's see who was all right, Nikki, you are next. When were you born? You're a character. Season of birth?
Winter.
Winter. All right. So roll a D100.
There's the alert.
Is that Elmo?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was the alert.
No, that's my child playing on his iPad.
I got really
Alright.
confused
Oh
for
my
a second.
goodness.
Sorry, I didn't realize it would pick up.
I was like, what?
All right, so numbers overwhelm might is your dooming.
Okay.
Numbers overwhelm might.
So I didn't get a full one. Numbers overwhelm might in bed.
Yes. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's the best one. It's the best one we've got. All right.
Oh, goodness.
All
That
right. Well,
deserves
we've
an
come up with a
oh
new
my.
game. We've come up. Oh my! We've come up with a new game for the doomings. Apparently. Thank you, Nathan. All right. So now let's go and Those of you that want to roll your character's age randomly, which keep in mind, the older you are, the more like drawbacks you get, stuff like that. I don't know. It's interesting to roll randomly for your age, but it's up to you. Or not drawbacks, they're features. I'm not sure what they are, but anyway, up to you, really. So those of you that want to roll, just toss a D100 in chat, and then we will go in the order that they...
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
Yeah.
Um,
You could also choose. We're on page 62, so if you wanted to be young, adult, middle-aged, or elderly, you can straight up choose as well. And if you want to choose instead of roll, just type it in roll 20, whichever one you want to choose.
what if I roll an age I don't like? I change it?
Yeah, you can choose to just choose if you roll something you don't like.
Thank you.
I was ready to be an elderly squire, but it wasn't in the rules.
I just love that, like an old, like an, I've finally started my career as being a knight, a sword sharpener.
That has a very you're never too old to chase your dreams kind of message to it. I like it.
I know, I love it actually.
I
love
can
playing old adventurers.
envision an entire series based upon an old squire getting back on the horse. It's called Squire One. It's back to Squire One. I'm gonna mute myself again. Here we go.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah,
Painful and beautiful.
I have to live with me.
Someone let the bits flow for that one. We deserve a few bits for that, for having to listen to it. All right, so since Nikki was so brazen to roll first, we will start with her. So you are middle-aged. Stace, you are adult. And Lance, you are adult.
You said I can change it, right?
Yeah, if you wanted.
Okay.
And Raven, are you choosing young or adult?
I'm choosing young.
So young. Okay, yeah.
I already had the
145.
age of
Those are
22
ages
kind
too.
of in mind for this character.
Gotcha. Okay, it makes sense. You're like a young, like, rebel,
I'm picking young as well.
79. Okay, so we have middle age for Nathan as well. All right.
Thanks so much for the 100 bits, Michael. Very much appreciated. Yeah, I think my character listens to like the punk sea shanties.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. I can't wait to scour the internet for fair use music to put in here. But anyway, or just bug my friend who makes music and be like, give me some more years. Anyway, so let's see. Distinguishing marks. So those of you that were young, which I think it's just your character, Raven. So your character has no distinguishing marks at this age. Those of you that are adults, go ahead and roll a D100.
Adult in the game.
Sorry, what?
In the game. Adults in the game. Your character is an adult. Or ideally. All right, so Stace, you have... You said 45 was what you got, right?
Yep.
You are humpbacked.
It's going to be helpful.
Yeah. Help for carrying supplies. As someone with terrible posture, I do have a lot of carrying capacity on my back. But anyway, I don't know if it's related, but all right, so 57 57. You have a long mustachio.
Yeah, I do.
Of course you are. A little halfling freaking investigator with an ogre-sized mustache.
My mustache is the same wingspan as my height.
Excellent. It just sort of hangs
Oh my gosh.
in ringlets and like sort of springs up and down as you walk, right? Oh, good lord. All right, yes, I love it. That's a beautiful thing. All right, so long mustache and a hump. I feel like that's fair, right? A humpback and a long mustache. Those are even.
A lot of carrying capacity. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Surprising
right,
amount
so
of storage.
the middle age is those of you that are middle aged.
Oh.
Roll.
I was an adult.
Who was? Oh, you are? Go ahead and roll it then. Sorry.
I spaced out.
No, it's okay, man.
And I changed mine to young because I didn't want that, what I had.
Yeah, it's all good. 74. All right. So you have pox scars all over your body. You got hit with the pox at a young age.
Why?
Well, it just happens, man.
Consider yourself lucky. I was cursed with the stash at 2. No kids menu for me.
My mother had the worst heartburn while I was in utero.
All right, I got pox scars.
Pox scars, yeah. No
Love
biggie.
that.
All right, those of you that are middle-aged, roll 2 D100. Who's middle-aged? What? You're middle-aged? Okay, I thought you were. Oh, you see. Roll again then. Middle-aged people roll twice here in these here parts. 93. All right, got to scroll down a bit here.
Woohoo.
You have a vulgar tattoo somewhere. That's the
It's
best.
of my mustache.
But where is it? That's
Mustache
vulgar.
on what?
It's underneath my mustache.
Oh no, that's so vulgar.
It's
That's
a longer
exceedingly
mustache.
vulgar. It's exceedingly vulgar.
Where do I end and the tattoo begin?
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
Lord. Okay. All right. Anyone? Am I missing anybody? Is anybody older than what we got?
Oh,
Everybody just
no.
switched to young last minute. I see how it is.
Where do I put, do
All
I
right,
put
move.
pox scars on the sheet, by the way?
Yeah, in your background. It's not a disorder, but that's in your background. All right, so here we go. All right, so we've got these are our mostly the optional charts. Those of you that want to roll your skin complexion, go ahead and roll a D100. Otherwise, choose on page
The hell?
65. And there's also build and stuff. We'll do a couple of different things.
Light tan for Kata.
All right. So
That's cool.
light, whatever the hell that means. I guess you like radiate. Hold on, I know what it looks like. That's too bright. All right, and so, all right, but yes, complexion. Yeah, just put literally almost all of this is going to go in background. And so those of you that want to roll your character build, throw a D100 in there, and then we can determine that.
Is it page 65?
Yes, page 65, sorry. Complexion and build type. All right, so Stace roll. Stace is corpulent.
Oh, that was for the last table. I was just slow. So this is mine.
Oh, okay, corpulent. Okay. All right.
I'm
All right, so you
gonna-
have ebony skin. And
Okay.
what is?
But I rolled for complexion too.
Oh, complexion. Yes, you have light. I was just making fun of whatever the hell light means. Like,
Oh, what does that?
like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Have it mean
What does that
whatever you
mean?
want it to mean.
Do I
I don't-
do I glow?
That's exactly what the joke I made. Hold on, I'll make it again.
Am I glowing now? Sorry, someone knocked on the door, so I got distracted for a little.
No, it's okay. And so who rolled build type? Let's
So
see,
I will
starting
build,
with.
but I don't want to be frail with this particular type of character. I'm just gonna bump that up to slender.
Yeah, so those of you that don't like what you get,
Oh.
you can bump it down or up.
I do like the idea of her being, like somewhat weak, but not like, a breeze is gonna blow her over.
Yeah, and so if you could make note of the price adjustment, that is your clothing. So you get cheaper clothes for being small.
Cool. That's different than modern times for that
and
build.
food. And that's actually, I think, less. That's 10% less price you spend on daily food as well.
Oh, nice.
That's-
Nice,
yeah.
10%.
Okay, so I have a really bad question.
All right.
I think I have different page numbers.
Are you in the player's handbook?
I just clicked.
Are you in revised? You might be in Zweihander. Does it say Zweihander revised 300 DPI?
It says main gout VE
Oh, okay.
V1E
Okay,
PDF.
okay. Yeah, you need to download the Zweihander Player's Handbook, which should also be in the email.
It is. I just didn't realize I downloaded the wrong
No,
thing.
it's okay. I can read off of these charts for you.
What do I just need to roll for build? Because I
Build, yeah, D100.
okay, I'm gonna roll that and then I'll just look at this after it downloads.
Yeah, and light, I suppose in Lance, you could definitely do like light green as your skin color if you wanted to.
True, light green.
Yeah,
What's
you're
my
an ogre.
build? What's my build
Your build,
like?
hold on, yeah, sorry, I got a little confused. So, all right, so Raven, so Stace got a 61. So you have a husky build, Stace, and Nathan, you have a normal build, and then Nikki, your character also has a normal build, and so does Lance. Yeah, Lance, your character also has a normal build.
Me, your average
normal.
halfling with an 8-foot-long mustache.
That adds some weight.
Nothing to
3
see
pounds
here.
to the equation. All right, so make note of your build, like whatever the build, and the price adjustment in your background section on your character sheet, please.
Price adjustment?
Yeah, because like if you're normal, then it's none. Then just put 0% price actually next in maybe in parentheses next to normal or something.
Did I mute myself again? No, I didn't mute myself. Your GMS.
Yes.
May I pitch this to the team?
Yeah.
Instead of normal, could we use the word boring?
Boring. Yes. Boring. Yes. Actually, I was thinking of like average maybe as an alternative word, but yeah, I like
Or
boring.
whelmed.
Whelmed.
Alright.
I'm just whelmed.
Alright.
I like that one.
All right, so
Pretty normal guy.
so yeah, so basically, if you have whelmed as your build type, then your clothing is just normal price and your food is just normal price. But if you're husky, boring price, then if you're husky or above, then it goes up a little bit. Slender or below, it goes down a little bit. Anyway, so now that everyone has the builds listed, let's go to height and weight for everybody. So we've got Grindles. We'll start with the Grindles first. You said you're slender, right?
Yeah.
Raven. Okay, so go ahead and roll a D100.
84.
All right, so you are 6.1 feet high. Oh wait, hold on, 5.11. So actually, that's 6'1". That's not a decimal place. It's 6'1", and you weigh 175 pounds.
All right.
Put that in the background as well. All right, and then could you roll a D100, Stace?
Yep.
An 11. Okay, so your character is 5'6", and what is your build? Normal? Husky. Okay, so you're 5'6" and weigh 205 pounds.
Okay.
You're built like a castle crasher. All right. So let's see. Haven't played that in a while. Let's see.
that's
Moving
good,
on. Halflings. We'll move on to the halflings. So we have 2 halflings. So, but both of you are which builds did you get, Nikki? Normal build?
Boring.
Boring build? And you're also a boring build? Okay, couple.
Mine's milk toast.
Milk toast build. All right. I need to work on my. I need to read my thesaurus more often. I would be good at this. But anyway, so you got a 5. Aww. So you are 3'8", and you
Would
weigh
be
76 pounds.
Oh, I want to be so small. At least 35 of those pounds is mustache.
I was about to say, how much of that is
Exactly.
mustache?
I picture my character like very like stick tiny, but their build is kind of like the stuffing inside of a scarecrow, but it's just mustache that makes me look rough.
Exactly. No, that's perfect. I can't wait to give that art description to John to draw. He's gonna have a lot of fun with that. He's the same guy that drew my my mouse folk character with like the electricity gun and like a mouse wheel on his back with like a tiny mouse friend like running in it, powering his glove. Like, so I'm sure he will be good at drawing something like that for sure. All right, so Nikki, your character is 3'9", and you weigh 82 pounds. All right. I'm imagining halflings in this game, based on these dimensions, are kind of stout, like hobbits.
Yeah, that's the
But
impression
anyway.
I got as well.
Yeah, for sure. And then we'll move on to the ogre, and that's the last one, right? We've done everyone else. I think so.
I think
yeah.
so.
All right. So Lance, could you roll a D100?
Oh, I did. I can roll again though.
You did already. 77. Okay, I see it. You are okay. 9 foot tall, and you weigh 678 pounds. All right.
Whew.
That's what an ogre looks like compared to everyone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is very nearly half a ton.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and get down to the hair colors then. Could everyone go ahead and toss me a D100 roll into chat all at once?
I'm gonna actually choose my next two.
Okay, yeah, you can choose. If you don't, okay. Sorry, I didn't preface. If you don't want to roll hair color, then scroll to page 68 in the player's handbook. Or just pick something if you haven't gotten the player's handbook downloaded yet. Thank you. All right, so... All right, could someone let me know where we're starting, since I should have done like a little break in chat so it'd be easier. We're starting with Stace's 80, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Stace, you have corn yellow hair.
All right.
That's an appetizing description. All right, I like it. If you want to re-roll any of these or just choose on the chart, you're also welcome.
I'm
to that
being
too.
recklessly random.
I know, I love it. That's how I do. Every time I make one of these, and I end up something weird. So Nathan, you are a half.
I have sienna colored hair, but I'm also dark tan. I like to think my hair is the same color as my skin tone.
No, that's perfect.
With a long mustache.
I was gonna say, is the mustache the same color?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. You just blend in.
Why
with
did
yourself.
you think my clothes were so cheap? It's just my hair.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna
Alright.
put.
No, I love this. This is I can't wait to see all these characters drawn. It's gonna be great.
Oh my goodness.
And our first episode, I intend to be kind of like the beginning of the Titanic. You know, everyone's just ready to go on a long voyage and just happy. I don't know if they're. I can't. I haven't
Did
seen that
someone
movie in a
lose a
while.
hairy
Long
child?
I haven't seen it in a while. Okay, so
I just remember how the Titanic ends.
In New
Oh,
York
wait,
City.
that has nothing. Yeah, it ends in New York City. If you remember, or it ends on the National Geographic Channel. All right, so Lance, you are an ogre, 95. Let's see. You have bluish black hair. Blue-black.
So, like-
Blue-black. That says.
So like streaks or
Like a comic book.
Do you remember how they gave Harry Osborn waves in the animated in the animated Spider-Man show, but he had like the red highlights and the dark brown hair?
Yeah, I
Actually,
imagine
think
it's much like that.
I think I actually do remember that.
All right, so Nick.
It's like Harry Osborn with the wave cap.
So Nikki is a halfling, so 34. All right, so Nikki, you have light brown hair.
I'm gonna roll again because I don't.
Okay.
I gave the character dark brown skin, and I don't.
Okay,
I guess I'm stuck with that hair color.
Did you roll the same thing again?
I got 26.
Medium brown. We went up a. You can roll again if you want, or just choose.
Okay, last
choose.
one.
All right, or yeah, you can just reroll, see what you get. That's fine. Let's roll like the same thing. Yes, Lord, no! Just choose. Moving on. You're choosing. All right, because otherwise it's the same thing. All right. Let's see. Eye color. All right. So those of you that want to roll your eye color, go ahead and roll D100s in chat. Hold on, let me break chat. Break. All right, there we go. Oh, just in time.
Oh,
No, it's okay. No. We're good. I caught it. All right. So Nathan, you get pale green eyes.
Nice.
Nothing to say to that.
Yeah, just it's milk toast. Anyway, I don't know. What's a milk toast? It sounds delicious.
light brown.
All right, Lance, you are an ogre, and you have light brown eyes.
So boring. I think I'd like to roll that again.
All right, roll again. I'll scroll down to the bottom. All right, 79.
Something potentially
Black. Just
I'll
black
take
ass
it.
eyes. Like, yeah, like Hobson. I don't know if you listen to Hobson, but anyway.
Your black eyes.
Let's see. All right. Where are we at? Oh, so Stace, you are a
Ended up
Grendel.
with
Okay,
dark
go ahead.
brown.
Yeah. Dark brown. All right.
I have a ebony complected, corn yellow hair, dark brown eyed Grendel.
Awesome. And so I imagine your fur. What color's your fur though? Is it the same? So brown fur with just like really dark skin and like
so
sort
with
of
fur,
revealing
maybe
underneath.
it's corn yellow fur.
Corn yellow fur. Yeah, that's right. Corn yellow fur with like dark ebony skin, like just showing underneath. That's awesome, actually. That sounds cool.
It's kind of like when they shave a bear. Not when they shave a bear, but when a bear sheds his fur.
When they
You know
shave
when they
their-
go, you know when they shave bears.
Don't shave the bear. It's dangerous. Awesome. All right, so Nikki, we've got. This reminds me of this mutant game I play where anytime you roll a mutant randomly, it's like all these crazy charts for eyes, hair, and you end up with some like weird stuff. One time this mutant had Caucasian skin, Caucasian colored eyes, and Caucasian hair. It was the most like disgusting like thing you could possibly have. It was like this.
Now that's milk toast.
Yes, that's very milk toast. Because they rolled their skin Caucasian, and then they rolled eyes and hair same color as skin. Like so, it's just like this weird thing, like with 3 arms. Like it was nuts. All right, so sorry, Nikki, I got distracted by it with
It's
my.
okay. I want to change it anyway.
Okay, changing it again.
Well, I got dark brown because I think I got like 45,
Yeah.
and it's just really boring.
No,
Could've
just
been
roll. If you
monochrome.
copper eyed
just
or something.
whelming.
Yeah, it's not even whelming.
Yeah, do whatever you want. You want ice blue, go for it. Seriously, like just I want you, because you guys we're getting art made. I want you
23.
guys to be playing something that looks cool.
Well, the hair color I picked was fiery red.
Fiery red. Okay.
Nice.
And
This
see
is
what
light
this-
brown again. You keep rolling so low. You're
these
kind of rolling
horrible
the same thing over and over.
colors.
Yeah, just pick on the chart there. Save you from.
Okay, well, I can't pick red. Ice blue. Yeah, we'll do it.
There we go.
No,
That's
violet.
cool.
I changed it. Violet.
Violet. Okay, yeah, that's super cool.
Nice.
I like that.
I did the same thing.
Okay, so we scroll down some more. All right, so let's see what everyone's upbringing is, because this determines what your favorite attribute is. A favorite attribute does some stuff that I have to read about, but yeah, I'll read that later. Anyway, a favorite attribute basically, I think, makes it to where it boosts like that attribute's. Oh no, I know what it does. It makes it to where putting a dot into that attribute is like half the XP. So like it makes it to where you can like level up things in that attribute. Like,
Oh, cool.
I think cheaper than. Anyway, I'll have to look into it for sure. But all right, so everybody go ahead and roll. I would like it if everyone rolled this because of just the way it is, how open-ended it is. But
Yeah.
kind of like your upbringing, you know.
61.
All right, so we're starting with
Opportunistic.
Nathan's
Interesting.
20. All right, so yep, Nathan got forgotten, which is agility. So if you could go and put in the little tiny bubble under, I think on the bottom left underneath the stat that you get, there's a little thing that you can put a check mark in. Put whichever your favorite attribute is in that. So like for Nathan's, for instance, for Nathan, he got forgotten, so they basically want to put like a check-in agility underneath
Coordination, pilot, ride, skullduggery, or stealth, correct?
Yeah, so where it says agility, where you put your stat, there should be a little tiny dot underneath it on the bottom left. Yeah, you check that, and then that makes it to where, what does that do exactly? Yeah, okay, that just, like I said, just makes it to where, yeah, it's cheaper to upgrade stuff with XP. We'll go over that next week once I read about it more. All right, sorry to stumble over that a bit. So Stace, you got an 82. So Stace has reverent. So your favorite attribute would be willpower. Raven got opportunistic. Your favorite attribute would be perception.
Mm-hmm.
Lance got opportunistic as well. So your favorite attribute would be perception. And Nikki got okay, this is interesting. You had a okay, that is so cool actually. I like how this works. So you're a peasant, but that doesn't change the fact that you are like super engrossed in your culture. So you have a very cultured upbringing, which your favorite attribute is fellowship. I imagine, peasants like working together more and stuff, so that actually works perfectly. I just like the coincidences that these roll sometimes. All right, so you have a cult. So so if everyone could put what they got in the description, just like we've been doing everything else. So you have cultured, Nikki, and then all right, so that's everyone, right? Yeah, and so like I said, just put a black check mark in the little tiny dot underneath your stat based on whichever one is your favorite one based on your upbringing. All right, so social class. So everybody go ahead and roll a D100. Except for Nikki. Because Nikki's a peasant and she's automatically going to be lowborn.
I am a delicious sandwich.
Stopped me just in time. I was getting ready to roll.
Oh, I know, yeah. All right, so we'll start with Stace, right, with the 79. So Stace, you are a burgher, which is essentially middle class. So roll 2d10 plus 2, and that's how many silver shillings you start the game with.
Come on, big money.
Hey, not bad. Not
Alright.
terrible. Silver's
14.
good just by default. Anyway. Raven, same for you. Roll 2d10 plus 2.
Oops, missed a space.
Just a middle class kid out protesting capitalism.
Where is money?
Money.
What
Oh,
did
it's
I
on
roll?
trappings, talents and trappings.
Oh, burger.
Yeah, you got burger, so you got 2d10 plus 2 as well.
Oh, there we go. 10 silver shillings. Okay.
Burger.
Looks like everybody got burger, right? Burger or Stace. Yeah, it looks like everybody got burger. Or yeah, everybody got burger, right?
I'm gonna change mine to aristocrat. I'm kidding. I'm
You want that? You
This
want
man
those gold
wants the
crowns,
gold crowns. I was like, for a second, I was like, yeah, man, let's go for him. And then I was like, wait, all this does is just give you more money. No.
I got the money for my mustache.
Okay, and then so everybody's middle class basically, with the exception of the peasant who is lowborn. So Nikki, could you roll 3d10 plus 3, and that's how many pennies you start the game with, brass pennies.
Got such low money.
All right, Nikki, so you start the game with 22 brass pennies, and that is in the talents and trappings section under the bottom under coinage. And it tells you the conversion rate obviously underneath, so that's cool and shouldn't be too hard. I kind of like games that have like multiple currencies and stuff. It's fun, which I guess D&D does, but still. All right, so
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
yeah, so everybody, all right, so everybody starts with the local language that they're from. So, all right, so everyone starts with this language, East Carrion.
Is that in background as well?
Yes, background. So put languages and then colon and then put East Carrion. That's the regional language for the Thearchy of East Cairn, which is where we're starting the game at. And everyone also speaks either an ancestral language or a cultural language or some sort of trade language of their choice. You can make up any of that.
Is there like so like
A
like
language
much
chart? Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say much like there was in like ancient France or England or whatever, like a language of the court kind of language.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. Let's see, Higher East Carrion.
Okay.
Higher East Carrion and Higher East Carrion.
All right. Being a socialite, I think this character might know that.
Yeah, and then everyone's gonna speak. We're just gonna toss common in there just for ease. Unless you don't think that your character would speak the common tongue, then you can choose to not include it. Which makes for cool role playing, you know, people having to translate for you and stuff.
I almost said no, but with being an anarchist, I also think she'd like know both sides of it. So I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah, so we'll say common tongue, or common is just like a trade language among this archipelago. But yeah, so like, and Nikki, in your case, like if you wanted to come up with a culture that your character comes from, that could be like a cultural language, or you could choose Halfling as your language use. But yeah, so if you all can't come up with something right now, just put something like a placeholder there for now, like choose a language or something. Choose one language plus Iskarian. So everyone knows Iskarian, but only if you're only if you want to know like the royal court language, higher Iskarian, would you choose that? But anyway, just all right. So languages, moving on. All right, so everyone starts. If everyone could go to the very top of the character sheet, you'll see on the left side underneath your order alignment, you'll see fate points and reputation points. Everybody go ahead and put a 1 there for your fate points.
Okay.
Because everyone starts with 1 fate point. Fate points are essentially like get out of death free cards. Like if your character's about to die, you can spend a fate point and it mitigates whatever action was about to lead to it, as if it just makes it completely fail. Fate points are hard to come by. They're often only given out like in major scenarios, or I'm pretty sure you get a fate point every time you upgrade to the next tier. But there's only 2 more tiers past the basic one that we're on. So there's not, just gives you an idea that fate points are kind of rare. Now everyone can make this choice here where they can choose to roll on the drawback chart to get another fate point. So it's like fate has tested you and injured you or done something to you in some way already, so you've gotten a fate point for it.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All right. So anybody that wants to get a drawback in exchange for a second fate point.
Where are they again?
Do you have the player's handbook yet?
Yeah, I have that. I was looking for where they are on my sheet.
Oh, sorry. At the very top, where it says like your order alignment, your name, and all that stuff, you'll see fate points and reputation points.
Oh, yeah, now I see it.
Yeah, and so
Sorry
in your
about
fate
that.
point spot, no, it's all good. And your fate point spot, you already have a 1 there. So everybody starts with 1 fate point, is what I'm saying. So if you want a second one, you can roll on this drawback chart.
Another D100.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, I've seen fate points get used. I've seen multiple fate points on one character get used up in one session before because it was such a deadly session and they really didn't want to die. So they can come and go. They can come very rarely, but they can go very quickly.
Do they roll over?
Yeah, fate points last with you every session. It's the fortune points that are that reset every session. It with the exception of someone paying for a fortune or misfortune point, we will bank that for the next session. Like if someone pays for one and it doesn't get used, I want to make sure that Raven and I can communicate well enough to bank it so people are getting their money's worth. But other than that, they all reset.
See what I rolled. Go ahead. I just wish I got a different one.
Okay. Yeah, with drawbacks, I would ask that I would ask that you only re-roll if this is something that would ruin the game for you. All right, so we'll start with Stace first though. Stace, you got a Painkiller, he said. So Painkiller, that's a great album by Judas Priest. Anyway, so Painkiller, you escape the stresses of your daily life and the horrors of what is out there by self-medicating. Ooh, nice. I'm a pothead. I don't know. I was like, ooh, nice. Self-medication. Anyway, you work with your GM to select a single addiction your character begins play with. Okay, hey, I am the GM, so work with me in between sessions, or unless you have an idea now.
Nope, no idea now.
All right, cool. Well, it could be whatever as long as it's within the lines and veils sheet, and we're good. And so, Nikki, you ended up with 92.
That's a veteran hand.
Veteran's hands. All right.
Yeah, so I didn't think she would have a hand. Like the iron.
A wooden hand?
Yeah, the iron one.
Yeah, so this is basically you've lost your hand at some point in life, and it's been replaced with like a wooden or iron one or whatever. So it's up to you.
So I don't think she would have one because she doesn't have much of anything.
We could say maybe it's used, passed down from like another family member who lost their hand and they died and left it to you.
I just will have her. Can she just not have one?
Oh yeah, no. Oh, if that's what you're saying, you want to basically not have. Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. If you just want to have like a wrapped up missing hand
Yeah,
or cigarette, no, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you can get one later and get you a fancy one or something.
probably not.
I mean, it depends. You're already in your character's mindset.
Well, no, I wanted something like I don't know,
Did you want
bad
to reroll?
ticker. No, it's okay. Bad ticker or something like that, but that's fine. I'll make it work.
Well, yeah, and maybe you can come up with a cool story about the missing hand thing. Like I had a kind of a content warning. This involves like bullying, but I had a character that had a really endearing backstory about a missing hand and getting like bullied to the point of like his hand having to be amputated. Like, and came up. It like led to like this huge like the backstory and actually kind of influenced my character's personality. And once I came up with it too, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I just have to because I had the idea that I guess it'll still work with my original idea.
Yeah, well, we will get to that for sure. And no one else is brave enough for a drawback, I see. But no, I'm just kidding. Maybe they just don't want to get drawback.
There's a couple that are kind of cool, but
they're rough.
It's like there's only like two or three that I'd really want to roll with.
Can she have no hands?
Neither. No, you need one.
Oh, okay.
You need at least one hand to be able to use your sling.
Oh, that's true. Okay. It's okay. I'll make it.
Yeah,
Can her other hand be injured?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want, like maybe a couple of your fingers are like jammed in a
Yeah,
certain direction
that's fine.
or something like that. All right, no, that's perfect. Maybe you. Oh wow, this is interesting. Back in the day, people would get their hands, peasants specifically, because they did their own laundry, would get their hands stuck in their washing equipment and sometimes like they would have to get their hands amputated. That's a possibility, like a medieval explanation as to why both of your hands are damaged.
Yeah, or I could do something more tragic.
Do something way more tragic. Sure, yes, go for it. Of course, everyone needs the tragic backstory. All right, so this is the alignment section. If you want to, if everybody could go ahead and throw me a D100 down. If you get an alignment you don't like, then you can just choose on the chart real quick. But I would like everyone, kind of same as before, I would like everyone to roll just to see what they get.
35.
That's 95?
Lance, so 95. We'll start with Lance. Lance got Wit as your order alignment and Scorn as your chaos alignment. So as you become corrupted in the game, you at the end of every session, the GM rolls a D10 versus the corruption that was doled out for the session. And if the GM rolls equal to or under the corruption, then everyone gets a little dot in their order alignment. And once you fill up all the dots in your order alignment, then you get another one of those fate points. But if I roll above the amount of corruption that everyone got, then you get a dot in your chaos rank. And depending on how many dots and stuff, and if you fill up your chaos rank dots, then you get an involuntary mutation. So like the chaos energies that exist in this world mutate your body. The more like evil and the more like corrupt type stuff you do, kind of just like taps you into the dark energies of the world, which is where the grim and perilous side of things come. So like, for example, you got Wit and Scorn, so you might like pride yourself off of your character's wit and sort of lean into that alignment. The more you get order ranks and the more you get chaos ranks, maybe you'll lean more into being scornful. It's up to you really. It can kind of help you. It's kind of like having an alignment in D&D, but you have like little charts with each axis of the alignment that can kind of help dictate your role playing a little bit if you want it to. If you don't want it to, that's fine too. You could just sort of lightly reference it. All right, and so we will go to Raven next. Raven got
I'm gonna
duty.
I'm gonna choose one.
All right, so we'll go to Stace. the wild card.
Pride and arrogance.
Pride and arrogance. Okay, cool. Pride, that fits with being a
Squire.
Squire, yes, to me it does. Anyway, even arrogance too. I feel like, I'll be a knight someday. Anyway, so pride and arrogance. So Nikki got 15. So charity and pity.
Which worked perfect for the idea that I had.
Oh, cool! I love that. Oh, that's what I love to hear. And then Nathan, you got
I have dignity and vehemence.
vehemence. Okay, dignity and vehemence. All right, cool. And the descriptions for all those, you can scroll down. Dignity and vehemence. Just as an example, the order side of things. Dignity. You are composed and unflappable, a model of decency and proper behavior, and even the most trying and delicate circumstances. You are likely to be trusted as someone who behaves in a way befitting their station, whatever that may be. And then vehemence, your drive for personal gain will crush many beneath its bloated weight of your mustache. Friend, foe, and kin alike. You possess the strictest selfishness. Any means is justified as long as it fulfills your desires. And your mind sacrifices the price others pay to fulfill your vision.
It's like my streaming Twitter account and my shitposting Twitter account.
Oh yeah, it's the different version. And then we've got a little bit of what you also have your OnlyFans one too. Where's that one? There's the
OnlyFans is the mustache. How do you think I got those 12 silver coins?
Indulgence. There we go. Sophistication and indulgence is the OnlyFans.
Would it be better, romanticism and lechery?
Oh yeah, there we go. A little bit of both.
A question: did we already do a profession? And is mine peasant?
Yeah, yours is peasant. Yep. Yeah.
So I chose independence and rebellion because that seems to fit this character's profession and archetype a lot better than the duty and fatalism. Because I was reading through independence and rebellion, and I'm like, oh, this is so perfect. It fits anarchist so well.
Yeah, your duty to bring down the man could have worked too, but I do agree with you switching it. No, that works. All right, so tapping into alignment. There's different ways we can tap into that as a player. All right, and so I believe that. Let me pull up. I don't have too much time, but let me pull up some sheets here. All right, we did archetype, season of birth, age. So everyone choose your own gender and pronouns. We did the build type, distinguishing marks, alignment, starting money, trappings, drawbacks. We already determined trapping, like weapons and stuff like that, which I will program into the character sheets. We did upbringing, and cool. So that's everything, and we have just probably a few more minutes. I could wrap up one quick thing that I had before we call it. So let's see. I had a little bit more to do, but I feel like it's stuff that we could probably do in between sessions, maybe if we wanted. But okay. So instead of doing,
are we doing any of these dots on skills and stuff today, or?
Yeah, we should probably just go ahead and actually, I think maybe at the start of the next session, that would be something that would be easy to do. Just everybody puts 9 dots on something. You know what I mean? That'd be real easy to do. Maybe even during the tech check or whatever. You know what I mean?
Sure. Okay.
Because I did really have this. Because I feel like I could wrap this other thing up a little faster than. Or if everybody wants, you're in the player's handbook, unless you're playing the fence. That's so Lance, your character's profession is in the Mongosh book. Everyone else's profession is in the player's handbook. So on your profession, it has your like skill ranks that you have access to and bonus advances and talents and stuff. I'm going to program that all into the character sheets in between sessions, and at the start of next session, all of you will just have 9 points to spend. Real quick. So it shouldn't take too long.
Okay, cool.
And don't be afraid to get talents either, because it'd be real easy to copy and paste a talent description into a sheet real quick. Anyway, so Let's start with, this is going to test my improbability a little bit. So we will start with Nikki. Nikki, as a peasant. There was one time in your life where you came into a great deal of money. What did your character use it on? It's obvious that it didn't last you very long, for whatever reason. But if you could just work, maybe improv with me a little here and tell me,
Bought food for other peasants.
Okay, so you basically came into a bunch of money and then you did like the
Spent it
community
on,
thing and
yeah,
went and bought a
community
bunch of
thing.
food for everybody. Oh, I love it. Okay, that's amazing. All right, cool. So Raven,
Yes.
what was the first protest your character attended, and what was it for, and like how did it go?
It's a good question.
If you want to pass and have me move on to someone else, I can also do that as well.
Yeah, pass for now, and then I'll come up with something.
All right, and so Stace, I'm quite curious. Your character's a squire. Tell us a little bit about the knight you have worked for in the past.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that the knight that my character worked for was a true aristocratic knight. And that's where a little bit of the pride comes from this former burgher becomes squire. And so very interested in all of the proper etiquette and acts almost. Well, and the aristocrat, of course, acts very aristocratic, and that's sort of the persona that the squire has taken on.
Love it. Okay. And what is their ancestry? I'm just curious.
I want it to be not Grendel, but I don't know enough about the ancestries to make
Got it.
sure.
Okay, we'll come up with that later.
Okay.
We can even come up with a little personality profile for them and stuff. Are they still alive, or do you just not work for them anymore?
Yeah, I'd say they're still alive.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're just moving on. Which that is one thing I'll have everybody come up with in between sessions is why your character plans on going on this long sea journey to get the hell out of the theocracy of East Cairn, or thearchy of East Cairn. Anyway, so we will let's see who's next. Are you ready, Raven?
Yeah. So I think the first the thing that sparked it all was some noble, maybe like a duke or somebody like that, wanted to tear down like a home for the poor or something like that, simply because it was blocking their view from one of their windows in their mansion.
Oh no, that's awful. Makes sense.
Something awful like that, and that just kind of sparked her anarchy.
Got it. Okay, cool. I love it. So that was like basically kind of one of the first protests she went to.
Yeah, and one of the first projects she worked on, like working to either get them to stop or cause something else to happen that would take their attention away from it.
Okay, cool. I love it. All right. Let's see. All right, and Lance, what is sorry. Your character deals in illicit goods. Tell us about a time that something you got into your possession led to yourself being in danger.
Oof. Many hot drops probably come through my door. One time, a signet ring is pretty important to any royal. So when a duke's signet ring happened to pass across my desk, I knew to get rid of it quickly.
Excellent. Yeah, too high profile of an item for you to keep for too long, huh?
Oh yes. In fact, I don't do business with the man who brought it to me anymore.
Oh yeah, that asshole. I just imagine he's an asshole. Anyway, all right. So, Nathan,
Yo,
your character, what's his favorite mustache wax? No, I'm just kidding.
his own.
Pulls it right out of the ears, wipes it. those big furry hobbit ears. I swear that's on one of the veils somewhere, right? Like, let me check the sheet.
Based
I would
upon
like-
reactions, is earwax.
It should be now.
It should be now. Yeah, it's on the veils.
All
right.
To stop.
I'm gonna walk back earwax. I take it back. All right.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
So no, serious question. Okay. Kind of. The question I had in mind kind of is a little too close to the one I gave Lance. So let's say, okay. What is a time you were on an investigation that? Let's see.
I was investigating a stolen Duke's ring.
No. Oh, I got one. What is an investigation that kind of pulled on your heartstrings the most that you've done?
Fleetfoot. That's my character's name, Fleetfoot Mac. Fleetfoot likes to work for the people as much as they are able to. Unfortunately, generosity is very expensive, and it's a commodity that not a lot of people have at their disposal. Fleetfoot was able to represent someone who was trying to get a family member out of the gallows. They were charged for an offense they did not commit. The evidence was clear. Fleetfoot was able to provide it free of charge. However, some people just don't care about evidence. So even with all that, Fleetfoot gave the person that hired them all of their expertise, all of their talents to no avail. But that person then went on to get their own retribution. Fleetfoot then had to compile evidence to convict that person instead.
Ooh, plot thickens.
I like it.
It's a thick ass plot.
It's 2 C's. 2 C's all spaced apart.
Well, we will be having a show based on how thick that plot was. That'll be on Saturdays. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we will go ahead and call it here and move on to the outro portion of this. I had an amazing time generating all these characters. I can't wait to get some hint, hint, nudge, nudge character descriptions sent to me soon so I can send it to the artists and then we can see what they look like. Anyway, no rush, but some rush. But yes, so I maybe next the artist works super fast, so if everything works out, we might have some art next week, everybody. If not, then the week after. It doesn't matter, not that super huge of a hurry. And then so we will go ahead and go with outros. I will go with myself last. So I can't look at Twitch, so I'm gonna go in a random order.
I can.
Yeah, you do it. Guide us.
I'll have you go second to last because I need to go last for the raid.
Yeah, you need to go last.
But yeah, we'll do same order as the intros this time. Let's start with Par. What was your I guess a favorite part about the Zweihander character creation? And then where can we find you next, and anything else you'd like to share? I think you muted.
Thank you for the etiquette,
Sorry.
though.
My favorite part of character creation is rolling randomly around these tables. I expect it to be more of a more of a scattershot, a bit everywhere. So the character, I kind of had to make up reasons they were this way and this sort of thing. But after seeing everything I've rolled all together, this character like has a very clear direction, and everything just fits so well that it went a lot smoother than I was expecting it to when it just came to just sort of an idea, a central character idea coming together. You can find me next on my Twitch channel at Mr. Parr, and you can find me on Twitter at Mr. Parr40, though I might be changing that handle very soon.
Okay. Fantastic. Next, let's hop down to Stace. Same questions. What was your favorite part about character creation? Where can we find you next? And anything else you'd like to share?
Oh yeah, I have to say that my favorite part of character creation was the sheer randomness of it all. I'm definitely a player that can get very caught up in all the numbers and the combinations. So this is perhaps the fastest I've ever made a character. So it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. Now, kind of to Lance's point, now I got to figure out how this works together because mine doesn't quite have a clear direction. I don't think there's a lot going on here. So, but finding that common thread is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, so you can find me here every Friday with this crew. You can also find me on the Explorers Wanted podcast. It's a weekly Numenera actual play podcast. And you can check it out at explorerswanted.fm. It is described as a character-driven actual play. If that sounds cool to you, then come on over. And you can find me on Twitter and just about everywhere else at Stace Windu.
Awesome. Next, just a quick shout out to Pixel Justice Darby. Hopefully should have him in here next week, but definitely go check him out on Twitter in the meantime. Very cool person. Then we'll hop on down to What is Kiss? Favorite part of character creation? Where can we find you next? And anything else you want to share?
My favorite part of the character creation was the mustache. I am also excited to play a character I typically don't play, and for that to make sense, it's I cut my teeth on rolling dice with people who like to run meat grinder dungeons. So always min max, always optimize. This one's all over the place. I'm just excited just to be here. You can find me. You can find me on Twitter under What Is Kiss. You can hear my voice on the Shattered Sky podcast. You can also hear my voice on Dungeons and Slatterns, a sex worker actual play podcast. I'm doing a lot of stuff coming up with the Fantasy Network and Zombie Orpheus Entertainment. And yeah, look for my OnlyFans. I love you. Bye.
Cool. Next, we've got Nikki. What was your favorite part of character creation? Where can we find you next? And anything else you'd like to share?
I just like hearing what everyone came up with and just like kind of visualizing the team and coming up with a story. I don't have my paper where I wrote everything down on, so I don't have anything else to add.
No worries. Where can we find you next?
I'm
trying to think of what today is. It's Friday.
It's Friday, but I'm not
She's
sure.
in 6 games a week. We've got to
Well,
give
no,
her a second.
6 games every other week.
6 games.
Oh, every other week. Okay.
So I think I play tomorrow. No, I'm not sure.
We're gonna make you a schedule
down.
soon. Get with me. We'll Constance will make you a schedule. It'll look cool. We'll find something cool.
Thank you, Constance.
Yes, thank you.
I know for sure Thursday back here.
Yes.
For Star Wars, and then yeah, you've got tons of shows.
Yes.
Which is awesome. Super awesome. Do you post about them on Twitter so folks could just follow you?
Yeah, just follow me on
Nick
Nick Cool on Twitter, and I'll have a schedule up soon.
Fantastic. All right. And then next, Leland, what was your favorite part of the character creation process here? Where can we find you next? Anything else you want to share?
Well, reiterate literally what everyone else said. Like, basically sounded like a bunch of sound bites of things that I've told people that I love about the system before, but coming out of other people's mouths, basically. So, Even the mustache thing. I'm just kidding. But no, just to say something unique, and instead of that, I just seeing people's, just like kind of like, you know how Lance said, just being hesitant going in and then seeing it all sort of round off and come together. Like, I like seeing people witness that sort of thing for the first time. And one of my other favorite tabletop RPGs that I was talking about earlier is this game called Mutant Epoch, and it does is the same character generation style. And one time, and just keep in mind, when you roll a mutant, you roll like on 10 different charts, right, to determine things. But there was one time I rolled a pirate in that game, like a post-apocalyptic pirate, who was like a fish guy through and through. His skin was blue, like he had gills, he had fins, he rolled like a perfect swimmer even before all of that. It was just crazy. It all came together as like the perfect fish guy pirate, and even started with like a spear and everything. Like, it's just cool seeing like chaos sort of merge into something coherent, and sometimes it doesn't merge in the most obvious ways, like in Stasis' case, but it's like she said, fun piecing it all together. And just to slip in kind of a segment we didn't get time to do, I'll just say one of the things I'm looking forward to most in this game is the interpersonal relationships we can build with these characters while they're exploring places they've never been. So not only are we as people exploring a game we in y'all's case specifically haven't really played much or at all, in some cases we're exploring these mechanics, we're exploring this world which I just randomly generated that we will come up with together as we're experiencing it. It's just I'm just really excited to see these characters that build bonds with each other go and experience all this new stuff just like we're experiencing new stuff, if that makes any sense. Sorry to sort of ramble on a little bit too much about that, but
no, you're good. That does make sense.
I think it's going to be cool, and I also really want to scare you all a little bit and like maybe deeply disturb you, like, but within the bounds of our lines and veils and safety tools, of course. But that is another thing. I want you guys to become attached to these characters, so when I disturb the characters, you're also slightly disturbed as well. It's kind of why I give everybody plenty of social time in between the scary bits, so that way they can get attached. I don't know if that's gaslighting. Is that gaslighting? That sounds like something close to it. I don't know.
No,
it sounds evil.
that sounds like being a GM.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, got it. All right, cool, good then. I'm still learning, but all right, awesome. Good. Yeah, and as far as where you can find me next, I'm kind of almost all over the place too. Tuesday, we play in a game that Raven runs for us that is based on Subnautica. She can probably plug that a little further. And that's it. I applied for a shitload of games over at the Encounter RP, so you might see me on 1 or 2 games over there if I'm lucky. But
that's a great group to game with. That's actually where I played the very first Zweihander game that I was ever exposed to. Was over there.
Yeah.
It was
Gabe Hicks ran that, didn't he?
Yes.
I was fucking
Gabe
jealous of you.
Such a good
spot.
GM.
I was like, Jesus, I applied for that spot, and I really like Zweihander, and I want to play with Gabe, and I was so jealous.
I have a story and a description already.
Oh, excellent. I'm excited. Of course you do. That's why I picked you, because I was like, Nikki's just gonna like develop this whole like novel about her character before like we even finish the session 0, and then it'll be good. All right, awesome. Yeah, and go ahead, Raven. I'll pass it on to you. Sorry, I rambled on for quite a bit. I just wanted to kind of say what I was excited about, but go ahead.
You're totally fine. I don't mind at all. So my favorite part of the character creation process was interesting for me because I get very the best descriptor I guess could say would be a little bit possessive of my characters. Like when I'm creating characters, I get really into like visualizing them and kind of getting into their headspace and stuff. So randomness in character creation, usually I don't enjoy. But with this, I really like how we did this because the really important stuff, which oddly enough for me was like hair color and eye color, like I had a specific look in mind, I could pick, but then the stuff that I didn't, mind as much, we rolled for, and it was a really cool sort of combination, and I really enjoyed that. It's one of the things I like about Zweihander is you can do random or you can pick depending on, how you're running or playing your game. So I enjoyed getting to do that randomness on the stuff that I wasn't like super attached to.
Yeah, and not to interrupt, but just to kind of reiterate, just kind of add to your point, I find it a little inaccessible and to like not let people choose certain things. You know what I mean? Like if I was to make you come in here and just be like, yeah, everything has to be random, then people would end up playing some weird stuff that they might not enjoy, and that's like the last thing I want to happen. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
You're good. Yeah, so I actually really enjoyed that. And it's definitely not something that I usually do. I don't usually play that type of game or type of system where that's in place, but this was very enjoyable. And I'm very excited to see how all these characters sort of interact with each other. Super stoked for next week. Where you can find me next will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, where I'll be GMing Animus Absentis. It runs on my fundamental RPG system. It is we're in season 3 now, so things are getting really interesting. We left off last week with the party split up and isolated from one another, with some potentially dangerous environmental factors going on. So it's we left at a bit of a cliffhanger. I'm really excited to see how the players deal with it. So that'll be tomorrow, and then the next game after that is the one that Leland mentioned, which is Water. That's at 6 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday. And yeah, it's heavily inspired by Subnautica. Our characters, our player characters are sort of getting marooned on an island again after encountering a whale that type creature that was the size of like the largest dinosaur you can possibly think of. It was just ludicrously massive. So that'll also be a lot of fun. Other stuff to plug is just sponsors, which is going to be in chat. Grinding Coffee Company. Definitely check that out. It's fantastic coffee. They roast it right before they ship it. So it's, aside from roasting it yourself, it's near about as fresh as you can possibly get. And it's really, really tasty. Sorry, I smacked my microphone there. But you can use the code RAVEN for 10% off your order. All that stuff's right there in chat. It's grindingcoffee.co if you can't see chat, so if you're watching this on YouTube. And then also Fundamental RPG and Intrepid. Both of those can be found at coffee.com/raven/shop. That's ko-fi.com. And Fundamental RPG is a D20 system that is built to be flexible enough to fit virtually any genre, and it's designed with putting the story before the rules. So it's very simple, easy to pick up, and extremely versatile. And then Intrepid is my brand for IRL adventuring gear. So very heavily tabletop themed apparel and accessories and things like that. So you can check all those out there. And that's it for me to plug. So we're going to go on a raid. We've got our raid cry, which is Grim and Perilous and Mustaches. You can copy that right out of chat. We're gonna go raid, let me just make sure they're still going. Yes, we're gonna go raid Stella Luna. She's just a lovely person and is a really good streamer. She's streaming some Dungeons and Dragons right now. Definitely give her a follow if you're not doing so already, and be sure to say hi. So that is everything. So I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Good night.